I'm going to provide a very simple adjustment that you can try on your own. Perhaps you can just do this for a day and see how it goes. See how it changes the quality of perception. The beauty of this is in its simplicity. I would suggest if you do take this up, just do it for its own purpose without any specific expectations or agendas, and just see what comes of it. So this is how it goes. Now, have you ever been watching a video or a movie and you heard something in the background, something that was very quiet, like a voice or another sound that's just something far in the background where the primary soundtrack is much louder, so you missed it, and then you rewind it and you turn the volume way up? Or maybe you've done this with a soundtrack or with music or anything else, and you turn the sound up so high that you can hear the background hiss. You can hear the sort of hum of the background, or the din, or even maybe muffled voices in another room, or other sounds that you would not normally hear. So if you've done this before, you know that it can be very interesting what you do hear in the background. And the suggestion of this practice, of this adjustment, is just to take what you're doing already, whatever practice, mindfulness practice, practice of presence, just hearing, just seeing, just feeling, or just thought, just consciousness, and just apply this technique. Just amplify your attention into that space in the same way that you might turn the sound up to hear a faint background voice or sound on a soundtrack or in a video. Almost as if you're just peering deeper into that moment. Or if you can imagine looking up into space. With the naked eye, you can see millions of stars. But if you have a telescope, you can look deeper in and see millions more stars in a much smaller space, because you're peering closer, or you're using a more magnified apparatus. So your attention is this way, in that you can become more sensitive, more focused. And you can do this in any of the 5 sense gates or in consciousness. I would suggest that you also dilate your attention in those spaces. So for instance, if it's sound, I would first make sure that you're taking in all of sound, the entire sound field, and then just turn that dial of sensitivity up until you can hear the background hum, the ringing in the ears, the distant sounds, and the quality of all the sounds that are already there is increased, is more nuanced, more subtle, until you can almost hear through the sound, as if you're hearing the source of the sound, or the silence of the sound. Now, don't conceptualize any of this, but these are just adjustments that give you a sense of what I'm talking about here. And this can be done with all of the sense fields. When you're eating, when you take a bite, close your eyes. Just let that taste be the only thing that's there. Amplify the sensitivity to all that nuance of flavor. And again, do this with no agenda. You're not trying to cause a shift or discern something or have a mystical experience that you can put on your mystical experience trophy shelf or talk to your friends about. It's none of that. It's just for the moment. Just an experiment in profound sensitivity to what is. Try it in different sense fields. Try it for a day. Try it for 2 or 3 hours in one sense field and then switch to another. There's no exact right way to do this, but keep it simple and keep the technique itself as the sole purpose of what you're doing. Just let it reveal what there is to reveal. this also teaches you that you really do have some control over the degree of sensitivity and openness, which are interrelated. Sensitivity and openness are not two experientially. So give it a shot. Let me know how it goes.